First off, why so serious? Don't take this video seriously, but it's going to be about driving again, bad drivers. But basically this video is, how would you tell if a certain driver is male or female? Let's say that they all have their windows tinted so you really can't see until maybe you get at a light and they roll it down a little bit and you can see, or whatever, But there are ways you can tell if a driver is male or female. Now this is not a guarantee 100%, it doesn't always work. But there are some things that I've noticed that males tend to do more than females, and females more than males. Of course, those of you easily offended really should not watch. You have no place on the internet anyways if you're easily offended. Also, if you're one of those people who don't mind, you can say whatever you want about men. Don't you dare say anything about women. You're one of those types. Sorry, I'm going to say something about both. That's just all it is. Now, first off, okay, let's assume someone's driving a Porsche, a Ferrari, a Mustang, any type of muscle car, or a fast car, okay? But they're on the road, they're driving slow though. Speed limit is 45, they're going 30, 35. You can almost guarantee that that driver is female. Almost always that driver is female. They tend to drive fast cars slow. Don't ask me why, they do it. Now let's say you got this jackass, he's driving slow. I already just gave it away, but person's driving slow. You're coming along, you're behind him, you go around and try to pass. Speeds up, so you can't pass. Guarantee you that's a male. Okay, you got someone tailgating. You can't really tell that person's a male or female. However, there is a way to tell. If this person then goes around you and cuts you off immediately, almost always a male. Almost always going to be a male. Okay, now you're going to a mall. You're coming around. There's a sign here. Do not stop. Proceed with caution. Now the car's coming this way. There's a stop sign. They stop at the stop sign. You're still coming this way. You have the right of way, but this person decides to go, nearly hitting you. Almost always, that person is going to be a female. Almost always. Guaranteed. Basically, it's like this. If the person's being rude or an asshole, it's almost always a male. If the person is being thoughtless and careless and only thinking of themselves, it's almost always a female. It's just how it is. Speeding, you can't really tell. Driving slow, you really cannot tell. But those are basically some of the things that you can definitely tell. Now, some people say men are worse drivers than women, women worse drivers than men, blah, 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 blah. Well, statistics show that men get more accidents and tickets. Always when someone throws statistics at you, I don't care what it's about, ask how they got the statistics, and please look how they process those statistics, because men get more tickets and get more accidents. But who does most of the driving? Most of the taxi drivers, truck drivers, and police officers, they tend to be men. Most of the people drive you see on the road are men. You see their wives or girlfriends in the passenger seat. So of course it'll appear that men get more accidents. Now let's say you're at a light, the light turns green, and a person is sitting there at the light. People automatically think most likely that's going to be a female, right? That's what you're thinking. Almost always it's a male. Now, you may say, wait a minute, but then you say if it's usually thoughtless and self-centered, type of thing, it's going to be female. Remember, before that, I even said, not always 100% guaranteed. Person who's sitting there at a green light is almost always a male. Now, the person who, when the light turns green, goes real slow, that if a semi is near them, is able to even pass them, that's most likely going to be a female. Males are more likely to cut you off. Males are more likely, not to be able to merge properly. I don't know about females in that situation because I've never actually been behind a female when I had to merge, thankfully. Unfortunately, I've been around men and they're not all that great at it. So I'm assuming that females aren't going to be much better. Now, parking spots, females are more likely going to take your parking spot. If you're in an apartment or a place like that, they're more likely to take your parking spot. Males generally are not as likely. They will do it, but not as much as a female. Females have to have the best spots, always. Males are usually going to be usually road rage, stuff like that, it's going to be male. Females are usually going to be, not paying attention to other drivers. They usually both men and women are not going to let you in front of them. And they'll cut in front of you if they have the opportunity. However, men will be the ones tailgating your ass, come around and then cut you off immediately, and even slam on your brakes. Men seem to be more into insurance fraud than females from what I've seen. I'm going by what I've seen, my experience, and the experience of people that I've met. The most dangerous drivers I've ever met belong to both genders. Okay? You can go on YouTube, check out, crazy drivers, crazy female drivers, crazy male drivers, and all this stuff. A lot of people, they like to, make it like women are worse than men, or some people bring up statistics, show men are worse. That's a bunch of garbage. There's no real way to really test it. It's like saying women can handle more pain than men. Well, how did you measure pain? You can't really do it, so how do you know that women can tolerate more pain than men? You do not know. You're just talking out of your ass. There's no scientific evidence that one gender can handle more pain than the other. And I'm basically just talking nonsense. This is not meant to be taken seriously. It's just observations I have made. One that I find irritating, I've already mentioned, is the mall one. Women just have that habit of just ignoring it. It's like, if you work at the mall, I have worked at the mall before, a long time ago. They will wait till the last second to use the restroom. Always women will wait till the last second. The store will be closed, you lock the door, and they're banging on the door for you to let them in. And then, of course, you can't let them in, because once you lock the door, you can't unlock it. They'll call your manager and try to get you fired. What the hell? Men won't do that. Men, however, are just rude in other ways. Like leaving messes and stuff, that type of stuff, that's a male thing. Now, as far as taking care of the cars, men, according to mechanics I've spoken to, tend to take better care of their cars than women. Some men are way too much into cars, because I'm not that much into cars. You may say, well, why do you have this? It's because when I was getting the video game Mad Max, the lady just gave this to me. I didn't ask for it. It's the car you'll see on Mad Max. It's not too bad, Free stuff is free stuff, right? This I just bought at Spencer's at one point in time. I like this. Says, why so serious? Because people take things too seriously, Like these Antifa people and all these others, just to the point of violence. It's like driving. Some people take driving so seriously that they get aggressive and rude about it. They got a tailgate right on your ass. They cut you in front, slam on their brakes. They have to go backwards to hit you, so insurance fraud. It'd be nice if you can get a dash cam that actually could stick to your windshield. That would be sweet. And I love how this cell phone works. It freezes, it looks like I'm doing this, and then this, like that. But anyways, it would be great if they started doing it. Dash cams are great. Let's see if I can think of any others. There's not like a lot of different, like hundreds of situations where you can tell there's only a handful really. All the others really, they kind of do it equally. Like they both are likely to cut your ass off. Men are more likely to slam on their brakes to, cause you to get in an accident though. Women tend to drive slow compared to men. I've noticed that. For the most part, women drive slower. What else have I noticed? The mall thing I already said. That's just one of the more irritating to me. That and the male doing this crap. Those are the two most irritating. Men aren't I've never really noticed too many men to let you merge into the lane. They usually will speed up. I haven't seen too many women do that. Females are usually, not wanting to speed up to keep you from coming in. And you know, let's face it, this video is long enough because this is not really a serious video, and it's just, you know, just all tongue in cheek. It's not really meant to be taken seriously. So if you're easily offended, you know, what can I do?